It's a cold, snowy day here in the mountains of northern Utah. Figured I'd make a video of my oil burner. Coming out here to the shop to do a little bit of work this morning. It's kind of cold. We're going to fire it up and show you how it works. This is my setup. Started with an old wood burning stove. It's gravity feed. I run off Taco Bell oil and forced air. Give you a rundown how it works. I pour my used oil into this drum through a t-shirt, and that's what filters out all the chicken nuggets and tater tots. We share these drums with a hose in between, and that is how much oil I have between the two jugs. Now I use a Harbor Freight drill pump. Run up the line. I go into this, and it's a this is mainly a heat shield with an internal container, ball valve. That's how much oil I have in the tank. The blue line represents full. Gravity feeds, sight glass, little container, emergency catch container in case I start overflowing just a little bit upon startup. 6-inch flue pipe. It's an old wood burning stove. I welded some legs on it. Come down, I have an old, literally just an old stainless steel bowl that I got from the thrift store. Heavy gauge, an old pot. Works great. Feed tube runs. It's a 1/4-inch black iron pipe. I put a union there to, in case I got to clean it out, do some maintenance or whatever. A couple little standoffs. My air pipe runs, and I've drilled right there. I transitioned to, I believe it's a 1/8-inch or 1/4-inch internal copper. It's actually like a supply line for for plumbing a sink. So my oil drip line stops probably right about here, and then I put a 45 on, and I'm only, maybe an inch from the bottom of the bowl when it's all put in, with that 45 turned on an angle there, so it kind of makes a swirl in the pot. And I'm telling you, it works real good. We're going to pause this video here for a second, and I'm going to start it up, and I'm going to show you how it runs. First thing I do is clean the glass so I can see really good. It always has a tendency to, soot up just a little bit. Not too bad, though, for what we're doing here, in my opinion. My starting procedure consists of this. I like to start my oil, and I flood it about 3 times as fast as I can do it. And this is just my my little formula for having enough oil in the pot. I kind of flood it with more than it'll take. I let it drain down a little bit, and I actually do that just a couple times. Usually 1, 2, 3, do it again. And then I got some oil that's going to be down in the pot for startup. My next step, labeled kerosene, but it's actually diesel fuel right now because we have a lot of diesel pickups, and it works good. It just works absolutely great. Something like that. It's about all I need. Put it out of the way. And my other trusty friend here, the propane torch. Right down on in, get me a flame going on that bowl. Sometimes it takes a second, you know, especially everything's really cold. Get the little fire going. Torch up, start to go. I actually will take and I'll heat up this pot right on the corner too, because it gets the contents starting to boil a little bit. Get it going there. Now I've got some fire. Just when it starts about starting to smoke out the door, close her on up and just small amount of forced air. And right off the bat, I mean, you can see it just kind of starts taking off. I feed it in real slow. Start turning her up. We'll get a pretty good swirling little flame. Starting up pretty quick. It'll get pretty violent. Doesn't take much. Just gotta feed it slow. Then I introduce my consistent oil drip, which is not very much. It's about, get her going about the size of a, you know, maybe a pencil lead or so is all. Might be kind of hard to see there, video, but it's going there. Man, this thing will just hum, and only takes one or two adjustments on everything for the first about 15 minutes of fire up, and everything you kind of get it leveled off, and boy, this baby will just hum all day, kick off tons of heat. We definitely need to adjust it right off. It usually starts pretty rich. When I see that flame curling back down and trying to chase some clean oxygen down, I know that it's you know, it's not clean. I guarantee I'm blowing a little smoke out the chimney right now on startup. They always do. Just keep kind of adding a little air. Things will level off, and we'll show you what it looks like here after it runs for a while. Alright, here's my termination out the side of the shop. Obviously nothing fancy. I stubbed it out and it just works great. I don't have any drafting issues or anything. After it cleans up a little bit, I mean, there's nothing but heat waves that come out the side of this, and you know, I added a little, you can't see it. Can't see it, but I put a little cage to keep the squirrels and birds from going in there, and I actually sloped it away. It's actually sloped down slightly, so when rain hits it, it runs. I don't want the, you know, stain down the side of my nice white shop wall. Okay, we've been running I don't know, 5, 6, 7 minutes now, something like that. A couple small adjustments to just try and keep it where I like it. I like the flames to just kind of lick the top of the stove, not too aggressively. I don't like to see any flame trying to curl back down towards the bottom of the stove, trying to reach oxygen. I have these air vents wide open on the, this was obviously an old wood burning stove. I welded some legs on it, you know. But for the most part, we like her to run just about like that, and until, I mean, maybe the shop starts heating up, you know, we start reaching 50, 60 degrees, and the oil will actually start to thin out, and we will start running a little higher flow rate, which in turn will make the flame rise. So, you know, my next adjustment won't be for an hour or two, and it'll be very minor. The stove has built-in blower right there. I mean, it's already pushing off heat. I mean, it's pretty good. The flue temperature's rising. It's working pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. It's pretty homebrew. That's how I pump my oil, the old trusty drill here. Sorry, one-handed operation because I'm the cameraman and everything here, but we that baby going, the oil starts flowing, and then I'll watch it go up into my tank. That works pretty good. Maybe we'll check back in another 5 or 10 when it's been running for a while. Check some temperatures. It's been running a little bit now. I think I got her pretty much dialed. Still rising on the flue temperature slowly. But man, she just hums along, and it's just burning clean too. Like no sooting up the window. It's literally just clean. Pot's glowing red. Take you out the shortcut, get to the flue. Oh, snowy. I mean, absolutely nothing coming out of that. Heat waves. Nothing but heat waves. No offensive smells. Man, I can sorry for my photography here, but I mean, I can barely hold my hand up to that blower. It is just a crank in the heat. Probably not a whole lot that I would change. I did go through a couple small design changes during, I mean, it was obviously a trial and error thing. Yeah, I added the ability to drain my tank back through the filtering system in case it's didn't get filtered well enough, or I'm having issues with the line getting plugged. I do believe I would maybe switch that ball valve to a needle valve so that I could maybe potentially have a finer tune on the flow, but you know, I have managed. It just takes a very, very, very small adjustment on that ball valve. You can get her dialed in. Obviously had to stuff that pipe down a little farther and weld that right there so that the oil doesn't just run down the back of the tee, so you can actually see it run and drip. Other than that, it works pretty good. I mean, I have to run a fan right here. The contents of this cabinet will start getting pretty toasty. We're up against cement wall. I haven't had any problems with that. It just makes it comfortable in here to work. It's a pretty good sized shop, and you know, does its thing. It works good. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you guys learned something, and if you have any questions, feel free to comment.